All right, what is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into today's video. I'm really excited to share with you guys. Well, I'm actually really nervous, to be honest. Today I want to do something just a little bit different. I actually want to dive into a few of my projects, for the very first time reveal some of my work to you wonderful people of the internet. I'm really nervous to be doing this because I've always been really self-conscious of my work. I think that's normal. I want to show you guys the very first project that I built. This was my personal project when I was going through my coding boot camp. I also want to show you guys some of my latest projects and projects that I've actually been building for clients. Now, I will say that there is definitely a difference between the two websites. The first website that I'm going to show you, my personal project, is going to be a little bit more advanced. And now that's relatively speaking. This was a full stack project. I went through a full stack coding boot camp. This was built with, the front end was done in React, the back end was done with Node. There's a database, so we used SQL. It's also hooked up to Amazon Web Services so that I can hold video, so I can essentially hold videos in the database. So the website itself is really, really ugly, but there are some cool features that I've implemented into it. I will admit that when I put this project together, I really didn't even understand anything. I didn't know the difference between the front end and the back end. I did know what SQL was, that it's easy to know like what was database and what was JavaScript, but JavaScript on the front end with React, JavaScript on the back end with Node. At the time, it wasn't easy to really know the difference between the front end and the back end for me, I'll admit that. Now, I am going to show this with you, and I'm really nervous. You guys don't laugh at me for this, because one, I know it's ugly. Two, I know it's childish. Remember, this was in December of 2017, so I got caught up in the Fortnite craze. Sometimes I still miss that game, I'll be honest. Okay, so this is it. This is basically when you go to my project for the first time, this is what you see. You register for an account, and like I said, it is a little bit more advanced because essentially you would fill out your username, your email, your password, you confirm the password. All of that is stored in the database. All videos will go here, so you can see that these are all different users. My Cool Tag, Scott, Ann, Chloe Z, Krista, all these different usernames you can see. Now, the thing is, most of this project isn't even working, to be honest. Like, I don't even know where I would go to upload a video. I know that you used to have a profile on here. You could go to top videos, but this is the first time I've looked at this project in 2 years at this point. It's been 2 years since I've worked on this project, and it's been 2 years because I tried to pull this project up and rework on it, and there were so many things that were broken on it that it was essentially a lost cause. This right here, the rating system, that's cool, but this is actually just an image. You can't even change these stars right here. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of things wrong with this project. It's essentially a YouTube shell. You can upload videos. The videos are stored in Amazon Web Services. That's the idea. So again, I know it's ugly, I know it's childish. Don't laugh at me for playing Fortnite when I'm in my mid-20s. Let's move on to a few of my other projects. So here is one of my latest projects that I'm working on for a client right now. This one is a lot less advanced, I should say, because this one is just HTML, CSS, and a JavaScript file. There's no backend, there's no database. It's all basically just design work. And the whole idea is for clients to come here and click on these buttons right here. So we can go down and we can see how it works. There's cool things. I've added some animated text. You can see like right here, it's there's a few things that are wrong with it. It's not perfect, but it looks better than my previous project. So again, we'll start from the top. You can see this video. You can see how it's a video, so it's moving. Got some icons. There's some nice white space around. Everything is spaced out well. I think it's got good colors. It's got good contrast. The little animations I think are pretty cool. You know, you can read about it. It's got just like the basic free images, some more text. Here's a cool section that I actually pulled this from another project. I'll admit I didn't actually design these circles myself. I kind of copied and pasted, but you got to do what you got to do, you know. Call to action section, you got the footer. So again, nothing too crazy, but it looks good and the client is happy with it. We have, when you click on the qualify now, it takes you to a job form. People fill out the info, it goes back to the client. They now have a list of people that are interested. So it's simple yet effective. Nothing too crazy, but it looks good and the client is happy with it. Now this is another website that I've quickly whipped together. This is for a hypothetical solar company. I'm going to openly admit, I'm going to tell you guys right now that this design is not all created from me. I got a lot of inspiration from other solar websites and I kind of just copied bits and pieces from previous projects, bits and pieces from other websites that I think look good. That's what I'm doing right now. So again, Aces Solar, it's just got its hero image as the background. It always looks good. It's got good contrast. I think it's got good colors. Everything is spaced out. It looks good. There are things that could look better. Obviously, I can fix this right here. Again, I don't even really know what to say about it. It looks pretty good. I try and be as transparent as I can in all of my videos. When I try and think up a design myself, it never actually looks this good. These two websites, I was heavily inspired by other people's work. Some of these were taken from previous projects I've built. Some of them were taken from YouTube tutorials that I followed. Some of them I looked on dribble.com, if you guys are familiar with that. And I've taken a lot of things that look good on there, I essentially copy. My own design doesn't quite look this good, at least not yet. And everybody has to start somewhere. Although I am charging clients for these websites, and yes, I've kind of feel like I've stolen other people's work, but I don't feel bad about it because those people that I'm stealing from, I'm assuming when they got started, they also took people's code, other people's design patterns. Anytime I find a new client, I always look for inspiration on what other websites look like, what other people have done, and then I just kind of pick and choose what looks good. And as time goes on, I'm going to start remembering what looks good, what kind of sections go together. So I do know that there is a big difference between my first project being built with React being a full stack project. That was a lot more complicated. That took me like 2.5 weeks. Both of these websites I got done in a day. So I've come a long way. I could maybe turn these into full stack projects, but that's not something I necessarily enjoy. If you guys are out there building ugly websites, just know that if you keep on keeping on, you guys are going to eventually start producing work that looks good, things that people are going to start paying you for. I've spent a lot of time thinking that my time at the coding bootcamp was wasted. If you guys have seen my previous videos, I've been fired. I really struggled through the coding bootcamp. My project hardly even worked, but in the end, it's all been worth it. I'm happy with the direction my life is going. I'm not a front-end developer. I'm hardly even a developer at all. What I'm doing now is a direct result of me going through a coding bootcamp. So if you guys are interested in hearing my story, I have a playlist. You guys can click on this playlist right here. Go, watch my story. Some of my videos are not very good, but I try and be open and transparent as possible. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was at least enjoyable for some of you guys. I'm embarrassed. Don't laugh at me. Don't make fun of me for my ugly project. Hope you guys liked my new work. It's something I'm really excited about. I really want to kind of show off some more of my own work just because it's something that I love doing. I love watching things unfold in front of my eyes. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys on the next video.